from now on, we are no longer going to keep quiet for people who just think they can insult Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu in the Southwest is the apple of our eye. And
even when he does wrong,
he's not doing wrong. He's not doing wrong.
But things are not looking well.
They will look well because we know him.
How do we then when things are not going right? And so
I've just told you, it's a reformer.
Just a moment. Some of us believe so much in this country, we kept quiet, and those who kept quiet, just for a moment.
Yes.
I mean, your belief, you can measure the intensity of your belief. I can measure my own intensity of my belief.
So
in the Nigerian project. No, but the question I'm asking that, when people had believed in past presidents and past leaders, and we found that we woke up one day and we saw that our nation was on the ground, should we still keep quiet with the benefit of experience?
Nobody's asking everybody to keep quiet. But listen to me. You have a house, a 50, 60-year-old house that, the roof has been leaking for 60 years. And now at the 60th year, you now come and say, this is too much now.
But if the leak is now more than what it was before.
Nobody repaired the roofs, and now, somebody now comes in and in 1 year, you say,
So you are doing more of an ethnic protection rather than the national protection.
That's not true.
You said it's the apple of your eyes as a even when it does wrong.
I didn't say when it does wrong. I'm qualifying this personality. You cannot take Yoruba-ness from me now. All my life, I have been a nationalist. I have never done Yoruba party. I will never do Yoruba party. I have always aligned, even with the North. Don't bring this type of thing. We have passed this stage. We have.
But what we are concerned about is that at some point, people are concerned and emotional about what tribe, what region the president comes from. For some of us, we don't care. What we care about is who can fix this nation. We can get this nation on the right track. In some other countries,
Tinubu, we fix this nation. Take that to the bank. Bola Tinubu, we fix this nation. Sheon, the problem with you young people is that you want a microwave solution. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Bola Tinubu is not a fool. He knows that if he doesn't do this thing well, between now and 2027, he doesn't have a chance.
But is he thinking about re-election when he spoke to you?
I didn't ask him.
Do you think he has a chance from what you're saying today?
Listen to me, Sean. You are not going to like what I'm about to say. In this country, we have an agreement. North will do 8 years, South will do 8 years. Buhari did not do well. We were not crazy. We did not fight. We did not raise anything. He did his 8 years. Bola Tinubu is doing well. He's going to do his 8 years if God spares his life and he wants to do so.
If Nigerians decide so.
Nigerians will decide so because
how are you sure?
I am sure.
You are not the totality of the Nigerian population, Dr. Okupe.
Nigerians
Can you speak for the over 200 million Nigerian people?
Nigerians are reasonable, sensible people, not demanding too much from their leaders. If Bola Tinubu gives us light in 2027, if Bola Tinubu resolves this fuel crisis and this food crisis between now and that time, you will see people will go on the street and say, "Is Bola or nobody?"
I'm very sure that you're very good friends on social media, whom you always engage with, the tirade and all of that we see. They will come after you, and when they do, you know what they at some there was a very viral statement. They coined one word. They said T-pain. That was what they came about, and when they will probably get at you on social media and start reminding you what T-pain means, you probably will have an answer for them.
T-pain means temporary pain. That's what it means.
Those who coined it, that was not what they meant.
No, you don't know. I'm telling you, God has a fortuitous way of working things out. When they wrote T-pain, I was happy because that is exactly what it is. It's T-pain. It's temporary pain that will lead to an extensive, pleasantry and something good for the nation. And it's a matter of time.
We hope that the T-pain will turn to P-gain, permanent gain. So if it's a temporary pain, hopefully Nigerians will get a permanent gain.
Permanent betterment.
Okay. You are defending some of what we're seeing today in the country, and there are those who, for example, will say to you, Dr. Okupe, if you are saying that what we have on the ground, it's a difficult situation, the president has said, look, we breast it. He's asking for the job, or he asks for the job and he's up to the task. But the indices are not, and the livelihood of Nigerians, those who are going through this tough situation, are saying that this is not what they bargained for. The government brought the GDP to the fourth in Africa under this government, under that 18 months that you're talking about. How then do you want to tell Nigerians that this is actually working?
Sheung, go and check the history of reform. There are very few presidents who we can call reformers in the world and in history. When you check the history of reform, there's no reform that gets the result in 9 months. It's not a microwave. That's the truth. Lincoln, anybody, go and check the history. When you are president and you decide to embark on reform, what you need to do, which I'm not too sure, or the Tinubu is doing well, is you must keep communicating. You must keep talking to the people. They are
failing in that respect.
You must keep telling them, look.
What do you communicate then? If you're working hard or you are doing well and it's showing the lives of the people,
they've got to
isn't that the best communication?
They've got to see, you can envision the light at the end of the tunnel, but they're not wearing your prisms or glasses. You have to make them to see it through your eyes, what you're doing. I have seen it because the benefit of my position, my understanding and exposure. But the people must know. So it's going to take, and I don't think it's going to take too long from now. But if we do not go through this tough time, the country would have collapsed. So believe me for this, and it would have been much more serious than what we're facing.
You took a hit at your former principal, Mr. Peter Obi.
I didn't take a hit. No.
Yeah, you said to him. You criticized him on Twitter. Based on his comment on an online.
I corrected him. I cannot hate Peter Obi. I am sentimentally attached to Peter Obi. Peter Obi.
How do you balance it?
Listen to me.
You're attached to Peter Obi.
Hold on now.
Tinubu.
Peter Obi was my project. And I am part and parcel of those who built Peter Obi up. I can't publicly, denigrate that or break down that house. No, I won't do it. But, when the sensibilities of some of us are affected, we, especially when it becomes, a zonal matter. I mean, when you take the entire Yoruba race, you call them out. I'm an elder statesman. I'm primarily, first and foremost, a Yoruba man. If I cannot speak the truth at my age, then there's no point to live. What Peter Obi said was wrong. To say that a Milokan, they should now ask people in Ogun State whether they are buying bread. When Bola Tinubu said a Milokan, he was not addressing the nation. He was not addressing a rally. He was addressing, APC delegates in the premises of Ogun State government who are going to APC convention that they should vote for him. And he said, look, and he was speaking Yoruba, and there's nothing wrong with that. He said, look, I helped to form this party. I helped to do this. Buhari contested election first, he lost. Second, he lost. Third, he lost. Then, I came in and I helped him to become president. I also helped your son to become vice president. Even Biodun
called him a lay.
Whatever it is, he said, even this governor, I helped him. It is now my turn. What's wrong with that? He said it in Yoruba. I am the next in line for this office. It's legitimate. It was not tribalistic. It was not, it was not a Yoruba thing. It was just something that said, look, I haven't been this leader that has done so much. I should be given a chance to give a shot at it. So when Obi makes that statement, it insults us. I was a Yoruba man. I'm not blind and I'm not crazy. I left everything and I followed Obi. Obaba Obasanjo, for the first time in his political career, left his circle of influence, Babangida, Abdul Salam, Tiwa Danjuma and co, and he deviated for once and, came to support Obi.
Do you regret?
Do
you regret supporting Peter Obi?
I don't. Because
would you do it again?
If they say that now there's a problem, I cannot do it again. You know why? Because the reason why I did it was that what we agreed was that a southern president must emerge. All right, and but that's what I'm telling you. Baba Adebanjo called me and said, Doyin, if a southern president must emerge, which zone must it come? Let's be honest and truthful. I said Southeast. So let's support them. Now, if all these, or Shitoku, all of us, if all these eminent Yoruba people supported you, why now bring us down publicly? It's wrong. That's what I did. I didn't take a jab. I just called, and listen to me, Sheon. From now on, we are no longer going to keep quiet for people who just think they can insult Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu in the Southwest is the apple of our eye. And
even when he does wrong,
he's not doing wrong. He's not doing wrong.
But things are not looking well.
They will look well because we know him.
How do we then when things are not going right? And so
I've just told you, it's a reformer.
Some of us believe so much in this country, we kept quiet, and those who kept quiet, just a moment.